Alright there guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today I'm going to be talking about the Vic Mignogna allegations again. This is a kind of part 2 to the Vic Mignogna allegations. My original video on this subject was a week ago. If you guys have missed that, then I'll link it in the description for you guys to check out. But the rundown of that video is I talk about how Vic Mignogna has had many allegations of being a Nazi, being homophobic, and sexually harassing people over the years. But all these allegations have not been proven with evidence. There has been zero evidence shown of these allegations. And one of the driving forces of the people that got Vic fired was Monica Rial, the voice actress that plays Bulma in Dragon Ball. She was pretty much the main driving force that got Vic fired from Funimation and Rooster Teeth within a few days of each other. And not only that, Monica Rial has gotten a job at Rooster Teeth the same day that Rooster Teeth fired Vic. Is that coincidence? I don't think so. But before we get into the new things, is please do not send Monica Rial hate, because if you do, that kind of makes you as bad as her, because you're sending negativity to her, just like she's sending negativity to Vic. Like, it's back and forth, there's no morals around it. But yeah, go check out the original video for more of that. Today we're going to be talking about, first up, Jamie Marchi. She is another voice actor, just like Vic, and she was one of the other main driving forces that got him fired. Monica Rial was one of them, but Jamie Marchi is another. And before I get into what she's done wrong, is don't go and send her hate either, because if we want to prove, if the people who support Vic, like me and hopefully you guys, if we want to show that we're better and the people attacking Vic are beneath us, we don't send them hate. Because then you'll see which side is more mature and which side is more immature. So Jamie Marchi has had something come up that wasn't really talked about when it happened. Back in 2017, there was an anime called Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. It's a very good show, and recently, this week, its second season got announced. So I'm definitely going to be watching that. But there was a line in episode 12, the penultimate episode of season 1, that made me jump, where she changes a line in the dub of what Toru says to Lukua. And she makes Toru speak more about she uses her political views in the script to use for Toru of what she says. She's of course been getting called out on this, and the fact that Funimation was more like Funimation are getting called out, because Funimation are getting called out for letting that happen, letting her use her own political views in the dub of an anime, but what she's saying to Vic is completely fine. Jamie Marchi literally wishes physical harm upon Vic. She's actually wishing physical harm upon Vic. Like, how can someone do something or say something so disgusting, but Funimation are completely fine with it? So yeah, Vic got fired from Rooster Teeth and Funimation, of course, Funimation is the big one because he's been working there for so many years. He'd been working at Funimation for years. Oh, like multiple decades. Or near. Definitely over 1 decade. Maybe not 2, but close to 2. It's close to 20 years he'd been working for Funimation. And of course, they didn't, like, resist. As soon as they heard these allegations, they fired Vic. They didn't wait to see if there was any actual proof or evidence that showed Vic had done these things that people are saying he's done. They just fired him straight away. And what a surprise, Jamie Markey also works for Funimation, and she's probably taken some of his jobs as well, which is even big. It is even more of a coincidence. Well, no, it's not. No, it isn't. That's the thing. It's not a coincidence that this stuff is happening. It's not a coincidence Jamie Markey is getting jobs that Vic Mignogna did have. So she went on about things that Vic had done to her personally, but she didn't provide any evidence or proof that this happened. And again, Monica Rial's motto of always believe survivors is a stupid motto, because until there's proof you're not a survivor, you're an accuser. That's just a simple fact. Unless you have proof to back up what the allegations you're making, you're just an accuser. You're not a victim of anything. So, let's get on to Pensacon. Pensacon 2019 theme. There is a con happening, of course, this year at some point. I'm not entirely sure when, but their Twitter account, right? This con's Twitter account tweeted out saying that people who are on Vic's side, who are supporting Vic, if they voice their opinion of supporting Vic at the con, they will apparently get arrested. First of all, that's not actually something you can do. They can't actually arrest these people because they're not actually committing a crime. The worst thing they could do is kick these people out of the con, which is probably what they will end up doing. That's the only thing they can do. And some guy lost his credentials to go to this con just because he'd covered this subject about Vic. It's like, why is there so many people out there trying to silence the Vic supporters? It's almost like it's pretty much like they know that the people who support Vic are correct because he didn't do anything. The only proof they have that he did something is what Vic admits himself. Everything else, there is no evidence or proof to show. So, as far as we're concerned, all these allegations against him that he is not admitted to are false and complete lies. And Monica Rial hasn't stopped. In the last week, she's also said she will get freaking lawyers and the police involved over this, over all the criticism she's received. Now, normally, because it's Monica Rial, and well, I made a video on her about 4 weeks ago, praising her for shutting down a feminist. I mentioned that in the first video I did on this subject as well. But I'll be honest, she does kind of deserve this criticism. Maybe not as much criticism as she's getting, but she does deserve some. Like, she's just straight up backstabbed one of her colleagues, right? And she made one of her tweets. She put out a super ironic message, like the very beginning. It said, "Freedom of speech does not equal freedom of consequence." it's ironic because that's something that she clearly does not understand herself. Because she thinks she in her because in her mind she can backstab Vic, right? And should be free of consequence for doing this. But people who call her out on this, showing her that message in full effect that she hasn't got freedom from consequence either. She's threatening to get the police involved. So anyone who sends her negative tweets towards her, she said that she can get her lawyers to screenshot them, and possibly even try and get the people sending these tweets arrested. Now that is such a stupid thing. The reason why Monica's getting all these negative tweets in the first place is of course because of something she did. She backstabbed Vic. She was on the side of she's on the same side as the accusers, but she has no proof that he's done anything. She also has no evidence she has no evidence or proof to show anyone. Now, maybe there is evidence that Funimation have, but they just haven't released it to the public. But if Vic took this to court, Funimation would have to show the evidence to the public. And considering I'm pretty certain they don't have one, they don't have any evidence, they'd lose. And Vic would probably get a lot of money out of them. I mean, for God's sake, at BAK Con, the last con that Vic went to just over a week ago, I think it was just before I made my first video on the subject, but I didn't know about the con at the time. He was reduced to tears trying to explain himself, right? And all these accusers have no sympathy for him. They have ruined his career. Vic Mignogna is no longer at Funimation or Rooster Teeth. And I'm fairly certain those were like the two biggest companies that he worked for. And now he doesn't work for either of them. So yeah, that's very, very unideal for Vic. Like, it is disgusting what's happening to him. Like, you probably see loads of stories on the news of people getting fired from what they were doing because of allegations, but these allegations actually exist, actually have proof and evidence to back up why. This time, there isn't any. And it's it's completely divided the anime community, these allegations. But literally, this is the biggest thing in anime in 2019. So any of the actual anime that gets released this year, any anime that begins around now, isn't really going to get much coverage from anyone, because because of what's happened with Vic. Now, I said it in my last video, I am 100% on Vic's side. I stand with Vic, and I always will stand with Vic. I hope you guys also stand with Vic, because it's so horrible what's happened to him. He did not deserve this. There are even people petitioning to get Monica Rio fired from Funimation for what she's done, and I don't think yet, but I can probably bet that not very far away, maybe in the next week or so, there'll be people petitioning to get Jamie Markey also fired from Funimation. And I think if out of the two of them, even though Monica Rio was the one who backstabbed Vic, like the main person that backstabbed Vic, I think Jamie Markey should be more likely to get fired than Monica Real. Of course, I don't wish uh, being fired on anyone, okay? But Jamie Markey has, of course, said things like she wishes harm on Vic. Like, she wouldn't care if he was lit on fire and stuff like this. So yeah, that's going to wrap it up for the second video. I don't think I'll need to make a third video on this subject, but who knows, maybe I will have to. And the amount of videos that have been made on Vic over the past few weeks, he has become an actual topic on YouTube. That is how many videos are being made on him. That is how many people are covering this subject. If you ever look on places like Twitter, the majority of people on Twitter are attacking Vic. But when you come over to YouTube, the only videos I've seen so far about this subject are positive ones towards Vic, like mine, are people showing, but these people are doing a way better job at covering this subject than me. So please, if you can find any other videos made by other people on this situation, go check them out, because they are showing evidence and proof of why Vic has not done anything wrong and what the other people are doing and being called out for. Of course, Vic has not fought back at all really in this, and it's sad to see that Vic has not tried to fight back on this, because he should. The allegations against him have no evidence and proof. So, as far as anyone really knows, all this stuff that he's being accused of never even happened. So yeah, that's going to be the end of this video. If you missed it, go check out the first one, link in the description if you guys have missed it. Please leave a like if you support Vic. And well, if I get any dislikes on this video, it'll be people who of course are against Vic, so that will make sense. So please be sure to subscribe, leave a like, of course, subscribe, follow me on all my social medias, and until next time guys, catch you later.